Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Kaylin and today I just wanted to talk a wee bit about how my no-buy is going so far with some updates and thoughts that I've had on it. And I'm feeling in a more positive mindset, I think, because I've actually kind of taken action to do things instead of sitting around thinking about what I should be doing. And I think in general I find that really helpful. And I kind of watched a video by like a creator that I really liked. Wasn't that, I think she was talking in something about people who like kind of talk about ideas versus people who actually like do them. And I think that when I stay too long in the thinking about ideas but not doing them part, it really gets me down. But when I actually keep moving and making stuff, no matter what like doubts I'm having, it really kind of helps me. And yeah, I just wanted to let you know that I set up my own Patreon yesterday. So I've created 3 different tiers. If anyone's interested, although there's no pressure obviously to do that because it is a paid like subscription, but the lowest one is like I'm going to share blog posts on, and then the second tier is that plus another video that won't be on YouTube without ads, and then the third one includes like personalized emails to people that are members of it. So, and also I will share digital prints now and again. Whenever I'm going to release one, like basically it will go to those people first. And yeah, there might be a lot of noise in the background. My kids are off school today because there's a storm, I think it's called Storm Owen, and we got like a red warning for today, which I don't remember ever happening before. Maybe it has, but yeah, I think it's supposed to be like the worst storm in like decades or something. But yeah, there's like, I know there's trees down and fences, and I saw something where a part of a roof or a wall had fallen off a building. So all of the schools in the country have closed, as well as things like, I know Tesco's and stuff is closed. My partner's off work for a week now, but his work closed, which doesn't normally ever happen. And yeah, there's like a kind of danger to life warning. And we had booked, as I'd mentioned in a video, a wee weekend trip. It's only like a half-an-hour drive from where we live, but I don't know whether to go or not because of the weather, and it is supposed to clear up a lot by 2 today, but then it will still be an amber warning. And because there's like trees down and stuff, I just don't know if it's a good idea to go. And we're meant to be staying in like a converted barn, and I just don't know if that and a full-on storm go well together. But I also feel really reluctant to like cancel it because I was just looking forward to it so much and getting away, and I kind of like hyped it up with the girls, and now they're going to be disappointed if we don't go. But I know you kind of have to put like safety first, but I think I'll just have to judge based on like the announcements throughout the day and stuff like that. And the lady who we booked with, it's like an Airbnb, and she's so kind because she messaged me to say if we couldn't make it, she would give me a full refund, and she knew the weather was bad and she'd keep me updated on what it's like near them. So, but I saw on the news that there's a road that we're meant to be driving on that's blocked by a fallen tree, so I know they'll probably move it, but I don't know. I'm not good at making these sorts of decisions. Anyway, I'll get back to my no-buy stuff because I'm just kind of rambling now. So hopefully I can make it through this video without my kids having another fight, because I've now had to stop and start several times because they're in my daughter's bedroom next door screaming at each other, so that's not really helpful. Because they're off school, I've done like homeschooling all morning. They were assigned work to do, and my daughter, well, both of them have done PowerPoint presentations, which they're better at than I am. But we also had to make these like Roman honey cakes, so we've just put them on, and it takes like an hour to bake. And yeah, it's part of her Romans theme, so it's been a busy morning. So overall, I think with my no-buy, I'm doing well because I actually am noticing that I'm already saving money. Like, I'm seeing savings building up a little bit, and I have a help to save account, and for a few months I haven't been adding anything to it at all, and the maximum you can put in a month is £50, and then you're supposed to get like really good interest on it after a couple of years. But I haven't been contributing to it at all, and I will be doing that again this month now because 50 definitely feels achievable. and I have been feeling my inspiration for it coming back and wanting to work with what I have. Yesterday I really wanted to paint again, and I wanted to paint on canvas. So my kids had used my last two canvases and I really wanted to paint on one, but I ended up using like a little book that I have. It's like a kind of watercolor book, but I was using acrylics. It was fine though. But it was just like postcard sized, and I wasn't really happy with the painting, but I never am, so it's hard to judge, because later on I might look back at a painting and think, oh actually I really like that, but at the time when I'm doing it I'm like too close to it and I just see what I'm not happy with. But I finished the painting and I will probably do another layer on it, but I just still had the urge to paint on canvas, and I really wanted to do like a bigger painting and I didn't have anything to do it on. So I was like thinking about that for a long time, and then I decided to order canvases from like online, which wasn't really what I'm supposed to be doing, because although I had bought canvases before my no-buy specifically to use during it, but then because my kids use them I don't have any now. And I know I had set that rule for myself that was like, you're allowed to buy replacements for things, and you're allowed to buy things that, like, if you've run out of something and you want to, like for example I said with crafts, when I've used my supplies I can replace them, but then I haven't obviously used every craft supply that I own, but I specifically want to do painting on canvas. So you can let me know what you think about that. I kind of feel like I cheated a little bit, and I don't know, like I did go on kind of intentionally looking for that, and I didn't buy any other stuff, and I haven't bought any objects for the house or myself for the last month. So, and I know I'm going to use them when they get here. I'm excited to paint, and I just feel excited about painting again and inspired, and I kind of want to run with that, because I don't always know when I will be feeling that way, and there might be times when I don't feel like painting. So yeah, I just want to do as much as I can. I have been completely avoiding shops, like not even window shopping or shopping online or looking at anything. I never got into like things like Temu anyway, which is helpful, because I know once you get on that it's really easy for it to spiral out of control, because everything seems so like cheap. But I know from watching videos about it that there's a whole story behind it, and there's a reason why the things are so cheap and they don't last, and just the conditions of like workers and things like that, and the fact that they steal like designs from artists online and then reproduce them kind of with poor quality materials. I just don't like their practices, so I've never felt drawn to order from them. And I have also like unsubscribed from things every time I get an email that I don't want to see that tempts me in some way. I will get rid of that. I deleted Instagram off my phone a while ago because I felt like it kind of tempted me, but also made me feel bad about myself, because I end up kind of doing this comparison with other people thing, and I wish I could look at it at a slight remove and not do that and just take the good from it. But I know that I am really critical of myself, and I just kind of naturally fall into that habit when I'm using it, so it's gone and I haven't used it in ages. I don't have the Facebook app on my phone at the minute again, because I keep running out of storage space anyway. I really want to focus this year on looking after the things that I have and using up things that I have ignored and that have been sitting kind of like little forgotten friends in the house. So I realized, like the other day I was thinking about my record collection and how I really want to take better care of it, and that is something I will probably invest in at some point, is just some like, I don't even know what you use. I remember a friend of mine had a brush for hers and some specific cleaner for them, and I would be happy to kind of invest in that to take better care of them and keep them longer. And I just think like they've been sitting kind of neglected, and I want to get back into using them, but also make sure that they last as long as they can and I'm properly looking after them. I have decided with my books in my bookcase, which is completely stuffed to the point where I can't fit another book in it, that if I don't read them this year, they're moving on to either the library, or I like to sell books on Zipit sometimes, because they basically, if you fill a box of books and you get the app and you can like scan them in the app, and then they will give you like a small amount of money for them. Like it's really not much at all, but it just feels good to pass them on and then know that they're going to probably be resold and you make a little bit of money out of it, and it's just like a nice thing to do. And I sort of think to myself, if I haven't read them this year, I'm never going to read them, because if on my no-buy year I don't bother doing the things when I have more time to do it and fewer resources to kind of work with, I'm never going to read them, and I maybe truly, like, in my heart don't really want to. So I think that it'll be very telling this year, seeing what I actually read and what it's time to say goodbye to. I feel like I have talked myself out of buying a few things, but to be honest, I haven't really felt tempted to buy objects like this month, and I guess because I haven't been looking and I've just completely avoided shops and things like that. My partner has bought me a couple of things, so in that way I also feel like, is that cheating? He is very kind and thoughtful, and he gets me gifts and stuff quite often, so I really appreciate that he does that, and it made me appreciate the gifts even more because of the contrast between me like not buying myself anything at all and then receiving like a surprise from him. It wasn't just adding to a huge amount of clutter that's coming into the house every month. I have talked myself out of looking at the Joni sale, which is my website weakness. I just love that website, and yeah, I just have always loved that website, and it's tempting for me, and they have the pre-loved clothes like I mentioned before up, and just getting emails about it, I just have had to avoid it, because if I look I will be tempted to buy, or I don't even want to do that thing where I look, I know I'm not allowed to buy, but it's tempting me, and then I get like an image lodged in my mind of the item that I want, but I know I can't have it, because why torment yourself with that? Like, why put yourself through having to fight the urge to buy it constantly? Just avoid putting the image in your head to begin with, I sort of think. I really want to get a print from an artist that I love, but I haven't bought it because I feel like I can't justify it, because it is my no-buy. It is €22 or something like that. I don't know what it is with the conversion, but I love her art, and it really, there's quite a few pieces in my home already of hers, and I just feel like when I look at her art it just inspires me and lifts my spirits. But I'm going to put that on hold for now and try to resist the urge to get one, because I'm sure they'll still be there when I'm done with my no-buy year. I really want to make like a kind of a poetry book again, and I want to get back into writing it, and I feel like my creative like ideas are kind of returning, and I'm kind of excited about that, because I think it makes me totally forget that shopping was ever a thing whenever I'm really busy and immersed in projects. So I think that's a really important part of the no-buy. I have been really missing going for coffee this month, because I think usually after Christmas, I know I have gone for coffee a couple of times, but like after Christmas I feel like my main thing that I look forward to, because I'm sad Christmas is over, is when the girls go back to school and I get to go for coffee and write on my own in a cafe, and that is like my treat to myself. But when it's not there, I feel a little bit, not sad, but like something's missing, and I do feel like I've been struggling a little bit with that this month. But I am just working on still making my homemade lattes and trying to save it for a rare treat or when I'm meeting people. And you do appreciate things more the less you do them, because at one point I was just like strolling into Cafe Nero every day, like without even giving it a second thought. And I also find that when the girls are in clubs at different times, which they have been the last couple of weeks, it's more tempting to go for coffee, because there's a coffee shop round the corner from their school, and it just feels easy to pop in and wait there and do homework while we're waiting for my other daughter to finish whatever they're doing and go back to the school to get them. But I do need to resist the urge to do that, and like yesterday I just brought hot chocolate and biscuits in the car and we waited there instead. But thankfully next week their clubs are starting back, and they'll be in clubs at the same time as each other, so there won't be as many times where we're kind of hanging around waiting for one. I actually really miss going to the beach, and I want to make more time to do that, and not today obviously because the weather's like insane, but I would like to do that soon and spend more time riding at the beach, because I haven't done that in a really long time, and it used to be one of my favourite things to do. And I haven't been venturing too far in the car, and we have been saving money on petrol, but I also feel like I just really miss going to the beach. It's like one of my favourite things to do, and maybe it's worth spending a little bit of money on petrol just to go. Like there's one about a 15-minute drive from our house, so I might just go back there and look for some inspiration and go for some like kind of windy, wintry walks and get lots of writing done. So let me know how your no buy is going so far, if you're doing one or a low buy, and yeah, feel free to share any ideas and thoughts you have about it. And I will make another video soon. I'm going to make a video now for my Patreon as well. And yeah, thanks for watching, and have a great day. Bye.